Welcome back, Lelanders, to a new episode of gaming. Today we're going to take a look at the news from Sega. Sega! I don't know if anyone heard the news, but Sega decided to make a giant announcement yesterday. Probably the biggest announcement the company's made since they announced the Dreamcast was canceled. Now, some people will say, Leland,
Sega already made a mini console. This isn't anything new.
but actually, in a way, it is new. Why? Because it's not just the mini this time. They've decided to add the rest of the console peripherals. Fucking A. Now, to be fair, I actually had the Genesis when I was a kid, the center console here, and I can't even remember how I got it. It was funny, I was trying to remember. I can remember each console, how I got it, except for the Genesis. For some reason, I don't remember getting the Genesis. If I had to guess, it was probably my stepdad that bought it for us for Christmas one year. I don't know why, I forget it. Who am I kidding? I know why. But I'd like to blame the weed. It's all the weed's fault. I had nothing to do with it. No, but I only had the middle Genesis, and we could never afford the Sega CD or the 32X. I think we did actually have one of the add-ons. What was it? The Game Shark. So I don't know what that add-on at the top is. It says Sonic and Knuckles. So I don't know. There is a lot of different peripherals. Yeah, in today's show, what we're going to cover is the news about the Sega Mini, what I like and dislike about it, and what the future of Sega is, I hope. Not that we have any insider information. I wish we did. Now, I think the only insider information we're probably going to get from Sega is a request to stop using images they created. Let's hope not. So anyways, well, let's go over, before we get to the Mini, we'll save that for near the end. Let's go right to the Mini now. So what happened was I was watching the different press releases. People talked about it on different gaming channels. And everyone's like, oh my god, they're coming up with a new Sega Classic or a new Sega Mini. And they talked about that and how that it attaches to the new Sega CD peripheral. And someone, I think it was No Swear Gamer, was saying that the peripheral doesn't do anything. Although it does have like a little mini CD inside of it, like a replica. And I like No Swear Gamer, and I think he's very accurate, but I'm not so sure he's right about it not doing anything. Because when I watched the later press release, like the full breakdown, I'm pretty sure the Japanese people were talking about it actually being required in order to play the Sega CD games. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Oh yeah, and let's go and take a look quick at my games room. Ah! Now I just kicked a bottle of juice. The juice will survive. Oh shit, almost dropped my pants. Wardrobe malfunction. Alright, so for Sega games in my games room, it's this shelf here. We got 2 Genesis games. We got about 5 Sega CD games. Few Sega Saturn games. And a few Dreamcast games. So I do have a pretty good selection of software. Let's take one of my 2 favorite ones. Let's go with 3 favorite. Since these relate to what we're talking about. So here's 3 of my favorite games. 1, Sonic CD, which they're talking about the new Sega Mini actually including. And 2 would be Spider-Man, just because I'm a Spider-Man fan. Used to collect Spider-Man stuff. So I'm not really that big into the game. I don't even know if I've actually tried the game, to be fair. And then Echo the Dolphin. So what happened was, I can't remember, I was buying used games, or somehow I came across Sega CD games. And I was a kid, I ended up throwing out the original cases and manuals because I didn't like them. But I kept the discs in one of those binders. So then when I got into collecting on a shelf, I basically just threw all my Sega CD games, boom, on the shelf and got reproduction cases. But they are the real games. Sega CD, Sonic. So let's get back to the actual meat of the show. So during the press release on the Japanese long version, they had this image come up. And as you can see, we got here that big stack with the Sonic thing, which we showed in that other image. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. But they're showing that not only did they do a mini classic, I don't know, is this the original hardware? Maybe someone could break it down. Maybe I got it messed up. I'm thinking that the Japanese show showed that they can do not only the minis for the CD and the Genesis, but they got a mini 32X going also. I could be wrong. And I was thinking this is almost proof they were asking if it was going to come out in Europe and the States differently, because we had the Genesis and other people had the Mega Drive or something. So I think maybe this is clarification that yes, there could be a US version, because if I remember correctly, this was the Genesis I had when I was a kid. The one with the volume switch and the the power switch and the volume dial. That's the one we had. So I don't know. The one things that I like about this idea is Sega being back in the hardware industry. I don't know. Let's get to some comments that people had on YouTube videos about me. Or not about me, just in responses to me. Oh, there it is. Now, I think I was watching RGT85's channel. Oh, dear God, man. No offense, but there's still people that don't know that we lost human rights. God, man. Not to get political, but... Alright, so yeah, here's the comment on what we were talking about.
Mom.
Alright, stop playing ads, thank you. Alright, so what we got is... Let's just make it bigger so we can all see it. This text is not near big enough. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If anyone's seen the big press releases from Sony about the PS5, it was okay, but there's no game that was like, oh God, I gotta go run by a PS5. Like that Street Fighter, no offense, it has nice graphics, but it doesn't look actually a fun game to play. I haven't tried it yet, but obviously we'll see. So yeah, so Sony's not really rocking the boat with me. Microsoft has switched all to computer, and Nintendo's a kids console with handheld gaming, underpowered and not even fun games anymore. So I don't understand, like, what's the big deal? And then I think Sega being back in the console business is huge news, right? So yeah, let's hide that part for now. So Big Snip had a response. Let's put his response. He goes, hey, Lelanders, you call releasing a mini console only in Japan being back? Back? Ow! No, I was thinking Big Snip is right. Like, who knows? Maybe releasing this little mini console is nothing and Sega's not really focusing on new consoles. But there's one little point of evidence I wanted to point out to Big Snip. Hell yeah. They sold off the arcade portion of the company. So they are all in on home console gaming again. Well, I shouldn't say all in because really they do. Let's give it a like from all the viewers on behalf. Anyways, yeah, so what it is I think if you're not making arcades anymore, Sega could still obviously make software. They can make more Sega games. But if they're really going to be making something like actual hardware, not arcades, wouldn't they just dabble back more into the hardware aspect of the home consoles? So this is where we have to look at the big ifs of what's coming next to Sega. Like, I don't want to get too speculative, but dear God, the future of what's in store for Sega that we're going to talk about in this episode. Man, mother. It's the mother lode of all Sega. Alright, so what I was thinking is maybe Sega, now that they're just making home consoles again and not doing arcade machines, they're going to do a revival of everything that they used to do and try to bring it back, right? That's the big theme these days. Take all the stuff that you had in the past and bring it back better. Like how the Matrix movie, they tried to bring it back and didn't really make it better though, did they? What other things have they been trying to bring back lately? Whole bunch of different movies, whole bunch of different TV shows. Can't even think of any. A lot of other video games have been doing it lately. So that's what's like the NES Classic. They probably seen that the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic did well enough, especially since the original Sega Mini did well enough, that they're like, you know what was the one main complaint about the original Sega Mini? Was that Sega didn't put enough quality into it. I think they even ported it out to another hardware developer. Correct me in the chat, anyone below, if I'm wrong or right. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was the one main complaint people were giving the original Sega Mini Classic. Two complaints. Not enough games and not enough quality. So I think Sega heard those complaints and seen how well the classics do. Now, if anyone's ever watched Pat, NES, Punk, and Ian, I used to be huge fans of the show. I'm going to get back into catching up watching eventually, but I've been taking a break watching the show. I don't know. I wanted to see the Intellivision come out and see the reaction, and since the Intellivision's had so many delays, I've kind of taken a break from watching because I don't think we'll see the reaction for quite a while yet, but I'll go back into the archive and get caught up. But anyways, a lot of things that I think that's weird that Pat and Ian say is that the retro console market is like dead and that minis and classics don't do very well. They often, well, not to put words in their mouth, but allegedly I've heard them say, or maybe I heard them incorrectly, that they believe that retro consoles, there's no point. That's one of the reasons why they say that the Amico isn't going to do well. Because they're like, oh, new Intellivision, who the hell wants an old console? Who wants all these old retro consoles, right? Which is so weird because it's the NES Punk, but it's kind of a little contradicting. But I would just argue with Pat and Ian that every console that came out with a Mini, like you're talking Sega, Nintendo, TurboGrafx, Neo Geo, PlayStation, each one that came out with a Mini, I believe the hype that it wasn't worth buying it. I'm like, oh, these minis, what's the point? NES Classic, I can just emulate it. I already have all the old games. Or I still have the original console. So why would I even bother getting the Mini Classic? And then after, I realized I was dead wrong. I shouldn't have believed Pat and Ian and this idea that the minis are not any good. Why? Because now they're huge collectibles. They skyrocketed in value. The NES Classic worth more. Super Nintendo Classic worth more. The Neo Geo Mini Classic that came out, it skyrocketed. The TurboGrafx 16 Mini that came out, it skyrocketed. Just go check eBay. Sometimes they're even like 10 times the price, right? I think when it comes to the Neo Geo one, I'm like, fuck, what an idiot. Why didn't I buy the Neo Geo Classic when I had, or Mini, when I had the chance? So am I going to drop the ball again and not buy the Sega Mini Classic? I don't think so. The Sega Mini Classic, if I am not completely broke, especially since they said it's around $100, right? So fuck, man, if it's like $100, even if I have to buy each of these attachments for another 100, gets up to like 300, I think I'm still going to buy it just to put it on my shelf. Because that's one thing about my game room that really sucks. I guess you can't really see the consoles because they're on the other side of this wall. But my consoles, I've got Nintendo, Nvidia Shield, Ouya, Xbox, whole stack of PlayStations, 2 Wiis, Wii and Wii U. But the one hardware I'm missing from my collection is I used to own the Genesis, I used to own the Saturn, I used to own the Dreamcast. So I'm like, fuck, man, if I could really get some Sega hardware back again. And I was thinking of buying like the old ones and restoring them and modding them and all that shit. But I'm like, fuck, I'd rather just wait for like authentic new Sega hardware, reproductions of these mini classics. So that's why I think I really will get some of these Sega. Sega! Yeah, so this guy's so lucky. He has like the ultimate Sega collection. Now, just to clarify, the direction that we've seen so far is Sega looks like they're trying to reproduce everything. Like, we got a really good quality. They even showed how there's like a little side piece that attaches, so if you got the different size Segas, you can get it to clip on. So yeah, that's some really nice hardware. Well, let's get into some other Sega hardware. Now, obviously, we're going to do a little sneak preview right off the bat. One thing that everyone puts in the chat when they hear about the Sega Mini is that it sucks that it's not the Dreamcast Mini. Because everyone wants the Dreamcast Mini really bad, right? Like what Sega fan doesn't want a Dreamcast Mini? They want to put it in the chat. I don't even believe you exist. You sons of bitches. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so we're getting into it. Yeah, here's where we're getting into Sega territory. Is Sega going to start releasing steering wheels again? Oh, I hope. Because I'm pretty sure maybe I'm wrong, correct me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure Sega made a steering wheel for the Genesis. So if they make a steering wheel attachment, fucking right? I miss Sega controllers. Here's one of the ultimate, people will think this is a joke, but Sega actually had in our hologram arcade machine. So if they decided to take holograms and bring them into a home console in the, like, say, 20 years from now, would you really be that surprised? I'm hoping that that's like 10 years from now, so we don't really have to wait that long. Maybe even 5. That'd be really pushing it. But yeah, if Sega could go the home console route with holograms, we're getting into Star Trek territory. But yeah, we can only dream that that's what the Sega Mini is a hint at, is that one day they might try to reproduce everything. That'd be sweet. Now, some people have pointed out you really can just emulate the old Sega cartridges and stuff. And one thing that these consoles are missing, that they really should have put on the Mini Classic. Let's show everyone. Put a fucking SD card on it somewhere, like even here, just so people can put ROMs on it. I know Sega's going to be like, oh god, we should never do that, put ROMs on it, because people will just be able to get the games for free. And they could just get ones that aren't licensed anymore. Well, what Sega's dropping the ball on, you know what they could really do? Just put a fucking network port in the back. Because if they really want to go authentic, Sega Genesis was one of the first consoles that really had online net play. It was just so rare and hard to get back then. I think it was exclusive to only certain states or something. So not even entire countries got it, just certain regions. I don't know, people in Brazil, maybe they can put it in the chat. Could you actually play Genesis still online there ever at one point? Because I know Genesis was huge in Brazil, or still is even. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking is all they needed to do, instead of holding people back, put an SD card and put a network slot. Everyone's like, well, wondering, what the fuck? Why would you even bother with the network slot? What would you do with the Genesis Online other than just play online? So I was thinking, obviously you could. We've seen it done with emulators on, RetroArch. They can do the net play feature. So they can literally play online with any of these old consoles when you're emulating. Just play 2-player matches versus each other. So that's one neat feature. But I was thinking one thing that they dropped the ball with the Sega Mini Classic, or maybe it's included, we don't even know, is they needed to add a new game mode to each game for it. So they could say, sure, you could emulate all your old games all you want, but if you want the authentic experience and you want the new game mode that we added to every game, so people are going to be like, what fucking game mode could you possibly add to the Sega Mini Classic to every game that gamers would love and just like buy like hotter than fucking Roblox. You know what it is? Roblox. Not Roblox the game itself, but the theory of it. Take the game engine for like, what is it, they call it level editors or debug mode, and add it to every game for it. So every game that you have on the Genesis Mini Classic 2 has a Roblox style level editor where kids or adults or programmers, whoever buys this console, could just make and share their own levels. So yes, they can play their own old Sonic levels, or they can make their own Sonic levels and share it with each other. So I know everyone would think, oh God, that's so much work and it would take forever, but we're talking Sega here, man. If anyone has the money and resources to make something like that happen, I think Sega could. And if they really wanted to, they could, and they could have just cleaned up, right? Can you imagine a Roblox style editor for every Sega game? Well, maybe not everyone. They could have just did it, updating it every month or something. Like, hey, guess what? Log into the Sega Online Store. We got a new Roblox style editor, but this time for, say, Gauntlet, or this time for Sonic, this time for whatever other franchise, Phantasy Star. I know it's a bit ridiculous to think that Sega would take it that far, but they could, and do it as building blocks too, right? They could go, all right, we'll start with this level editor technology on the Genesis, then work our way up to doing it on, say, the Saturn, and then work our way up to even Dreamcast style level editor games. I doubt they could go that far, but who knows? Maybe in the distant future. So I don't know. I don't think this is a picture of the Mini. I'm pretty sure I got this as in the archive, someone's picture. If anyone wants to tell me in the chat whose it is. I forget where I got that one from. Alright, let's look at some other Sega hardware we'd like to see with the Mini. I think the Dreamcast style like fight sticks, it'd be nice to get some of those back for the Mini Classics. Oh yeah, the flight sticks. Sega's really good at designing flight sticks, so hopefully we can get some of those for the Mini. There's just a Dreamcast. Yeah, Dreamcast Mini. That's what everyone really wants to see. Fuck, man, that'd be the ultimate Mini. Especially if they got it online. Here's just a list of some of the other peripherals that Dreamcasts like to release. Fishing controllers, keyboards, keyboard, mouse, light guns. Think the Sega Mini or Genesis has any light guns in store. Oh fuck, if they worked out light gun technology with some of the new companies that figured it out with LED TVs. Yeah, maybe if they could work with Mad Cats or someone, who knows. The Amigos or the Maracas, those shaking things, the fire gun. Oh yeah, here's the big ones. They had the dial-up modems, the broadband adapters. So that's really what we need to see for the Dreamcast Mini. That's probably why they didn't launch the Dreamcast Mini yet. You know, I was thinking, it's so stupid when you think about it. Like, where is it? Show the picture again. Here we got this new console, Mini Classic, coming out from Sega, and it can't hook up online. You know what can hook up to your online? Your fucking refrigerator, your stereo, your TV, like fucking every appliance known to man. Like, why the fuck is the Dreamcast Mini not online? Is that like not dropping the ball like huge? Like, I get it that there's like no Sega online store that you can access through just Sega hardware. They had the opportunity here. Could have just put a network port on the back. Now we're logged into the Sega network and we're on like a store where we can download new Sega games, like ones with new game modes. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Sega Mini Classic. This new one, I'm probably getting it if I can afford it. But, dear God, man, why the hell is it not online? Or maybe it is and we haven't seen it yet. Let's just hope that's the case. Not to be like so demanding, but dear God, man, our fridge has the internet, for God's sakes. Is it that much to ask for the fucking Sega Mini to have the internet? Yeah, this is the one thing everyone was saying too. Why didn't they come out with the Master System Mini? I'm hoping that's what they're planning in the future. They're going to listen to fans. And they're like, fans will be like, hey, can you come out with like a either the Sega Master System or the SG-100 or 1000? Hey, Steadfast, how's it going? Because yeah, the Sega original, those 3D glasses, if they could make a modern revision of the 3D glasses and the light gun and release that, so that's probably why they're waiting for the Sega Master System Classic. It's going to take a while to work out the light gun. 3D glasses, I'm sure they could do no problem. Especially if people had like 3D TVs. You could just come out with the Sega Master System that's compatible with 3D TVs. Holy shit. Yeah, that was a nice Dreamcast controller. Look at that one. Yeah, Brazil and Sega, they're talking about bringing the Dreamcast back. So I don't know if they're going to do a mini format. If I had to guess, they probably are going to do the mini. Because why would they make the original? Yeah, so they had different light guns and stuff. I guess we shouldn't show guns these days on YouTube, but this is just a video game gun. Oh, the Dreamcast controller things. I actually have some of those. They're on my shelf. Hoping my pants don't drop while I'm trying to record. Yeah, the Dreamcast Mini. These, soon as they come back, this will be Sega's like entry back into the not only portable gaming. If they release this thing today, you know what it could do? It could text people. So yeah, you could use this to send text messages. I don't know if they'll go as far as putting an actual, like, what do they call them, SIM cards in them. They might actually just make it so it has to link to your cell phone via Bluetooth, and that's how you'll be able to text people. But if they wanted to go badass, they could make this actually take SIM cards. So they'd be like, all right, now you can just play your Sega games on the go, and you can text people. That'd be something, eh? Because here's the picture. They had the idea of texting before, right? Except they didn't have wireless texting. Had actual physical connection. Not that there's anything that we should make fun of physical connections. In our modern age, we're like, oh, it's so archaic. Oh, the Sega Dreamcast fishing rod. That's like the thing of dreams. Literally, the Dreamcast. This thing was like, they have that new game console, the Playdate, and it uses this style of controller. So if anyone wants to play the Playdate and can't get it, try to get your hands on the Dreamcast fishing rod. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, here's more of the Sega holograms. Hopefully we'll see the holograms back in the future. Oh, there was the maracas, the Amigo, the Samba. Yeah, it's funny how Dreamcast had the musical instrument rhythm games really before DDR became popular. Oh shit, you can have an arcade stick and put the memory card right in it. See how it fits in the top? What? That's pretty wild. Yeah, love Brazil's gaming. Yeah, I'm wondering if Sega's going to come out with another portable, like the Nomad. They came out with so many portables over the years. Alright, I think we're not at the end yet. Oh, the Dreamcast. Yeah, when they make the modern version of this controller, they're going to have to switch it to 2 analogs and a D-pad there. And then they'll have the new VMUs with color screens and text messaging. Possibly SIM card support. The 3D glasses. Yeah, Sega was really big into VR back in like the Genesis era. So that's what I was wondering, are they going to go all out with the Sega Mini and actually release the VR for it? That'd be hilarious. I can't see it happening, but it's funny when you compare the two, how close they were, right? We came so close to Sega VR back in the day. Yeah, Sega had the webcams back in the day, even before. Back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. Now we can just get them from the internet or the government. All right, so I think, yeah, that's everything. Oh, fuck, man. How did we miss those? Sons of bitches. That's the one I wanted to show the most. So, yeah, this is the ultimate future when it comes to gaming and these Sega classics. Not only is Sega going down the road of releasing the Sega, what is it, Genesis, with all of its peripherals and stacks. Guess what happens when they release the Sega Dreamcast Mini? There's a good chance they'll release the stack. So we'll get, if anyone doesn't know what the Dreamcast could do, it actually had a port on the bottom so it could sit on a hard drive so it could download games over the internet. So this could be the big bad boy we're all waiting for, the Sega Mini Classic that sits on a fucking hard drive. Hey, Light TR, how's it going, man? So yeah, if anyone's wondering the future of the Sega Minis and they're disappointed that we got the Genesis with all of its stacks, just think, if they keep this trend going, look where it's going to lead. We'll get the Dreamcast with the fucking hard drive. And what kind of hard drive is Sega going to put underneath this? If I had to guess, they're not going to make it a fake one, but they'll actually make it like SD cards or something. Let's fucking hope, right? Can you imagine that's the future of like the ultimate Sega? We're looking at it. The Sega Mini Classic Dreamcast with a working hard drive. Fishing rods. Maybe they'll add the VR. Holograms. Now, I'm sort of getting carried away what Sega can do, but damn, man, just thinking that Sega's literally out of the fucking, what do they call it, the arcade business. They're not making arcades anymore. So they're going to focus all their efforts on making these new mini classics again. Like, look at some of the shit Dreamcast Mini Classic could do. This could be an actual computer that would replace people's, like, desktops. If Sega wanted to go hardcore with it, right? They could make the keyboard fucking webcam for streaming. Yeah, like this is basically a streaming setup for gaming back before streaming was even a thing, right? That's everything you needed to stream. It's fucking wild how close Sega came to being so good. All they had to do was get that hard drive out. If they only would have did it. They even had it finished. Fuckers, why didn't they release it? Who knows, maybe waiting a long time is good, right? If we have to wait, say, maybe 5-10 years for the Sega Dreamcast Mini, and we only have the Sega CD and the classics of the Genesis to tie us over, it's not that bad. I don't mind waiting sometimes. Now, this was the Mini Classic that I always wanted to buy when I was in high school and I couldn't afford it. So I don't know if Sega plans to release this peripheral. But this was the Sega CD, the 32X, and the Genesis all built into a handheld. So I know it's like you had to handheld and then hook it up to a TV when you got there, but it was like a Discman that you could carry around. Go back one pick. Which one was it? I'm trying to remember. Sorry, my memory sucks. Back one pick. We were there. Oh, there, that one. Yeah, let's go back one pick. That is a good pick. I was thinking I actually forgot that pick even existed. And then I was going through the archive for the show today, and I was like, whoa, look at this pick. Is that the one, or was it another one I was supposed to go back to? Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look like the hard drive it's sitting on. It almost looks like it has volume dials or something. Although that other picture is definitely the hard drive. This one is a hard drive because you can see the floppy disk button and everything. I watched a show about it. I think, what is it, Lady Decade? She does a pretty good episode on the Sega Dreamcast Mini stack. Or not Mini, the original stack. Yeah, the Dreamcast had an official webcam because they were going all in with the online stuff for Dreamcast. Came with the modem. You had a webcam. and had a keyboard, the headset, the whole jazz you needed to stream online. But online game streaming wasn't out yet, so it was kind of weird. It was just like ahead of its time. There it is. Yeah, so I got 2 copies of that one. So I know I was disappointed when I heard that the Sega Mini 2 was coming out. And I was like, shit, man, why did they go with Genesis again? Like, God, we've already had so many. Let's show this Sega Heaven again. But this is just the evidence that when you think about it, Sega's back in the hardware business. And they're actually putting quality design into it this time. They didn't just port it out to another company to make it. I think these are like actual Sega hardware. I don't know if anyone watched the Japanese version of this live stream. Did you see? Is this actually like the American version? And this is like the European or Japanese version? Is that the 2 differences between them? Or I was thinking maybe this is the actual original Sega. But then the size is too weird, right? Like these are both minis, I'm pretty sure, right? I know like a lot of people were talking about, it's confirmed that there's a Sega Mini and a Sega CD Mini, like this Sonic. But I'm pretty sure this is the American one. I could be wrong. Oh wait, that says Mega Drive on it too. Because it's supposed to say Sega Genesis, right? I don't know, it's weird. But it's still good news. I just figured, man, they're going to come out with this. I don't know if they're going to come out with the Saturn and then go to the Dreamcast. Because I don't know, the Saturn was pretty good. I owned it, but I switched to the Dreamcast as fast as I could. Like, Dreamcast was just so much better, right? Oh, this is one image we forgot to look at. Let's check this one. Someone was making a fake Dreamcast 2, but it showed the potential of it, right? Someone was saying, yeah, maybe when the Dreamcast 2 comes out, they'll just make it like the Switch. I don't know if that's really the route to go, but it's kind of a neat idea. For me, if I was going to come out with the Dreamcast Mini, I would just make it like the original and only change a few slight things. Like, the only thing I would change is I would make this an SD card slot so that you could have the stack. I would have this a 4K camera. I'd have this have an updated VMU in it so it could actually have like LED screens and lithium batteries or even a new advanced battery. And have it online text messaging with Wi-Fi or SIM cards. That'd be sweet. Yeah, that'd be the future, eh? All the Sega fans, they just ditch their cell phones and like, you know what? Sega fans of the future, they'll just have a VMU. They'll be like, oh, I don't need my cell phone anymore. They might even have cell phone features, but it'll mainly be a texting device. Because really, this is more than enough to text people, right? Like, I don't know if anyone back in the day used to have tiny screens for texting. It's not that bad. Especially if they can find some way to do like a slide out keyboard or something. That'd be wild. Yeah, who knows what the Dreamcast VMU. Hey, Rusty Valor, how's it going? Yeah, that's what I figure. Everyone's dying for Sega products so bad right now. If they release this classic, I'm pretty sure, not to give investment advice, to clarify, but if anyone's actually thinking about buying the classic, it's probably going to be hard to come by, right? I don't know these Japanese ones, how good they're going to sell in Japan. Because how did it go? In Japan, Sega wasn't as popular as it was as Sega in America. Is that what it was? I can't remember. I know Sega in Brazil was huge for the Genesis. Because can you imagine, these are like $100 each. So you spend like 300, or maybe it's like 100 for the middle one. And Sega CD and 32X are like $50 each. So if you're spending like 200, you get the whole stack. And then if they start doing the peripherals, like the light guns and the arcade sticks. Oh, fuck, man. I'm not really that into VR, but if they did come out with the Genesis VR just for the hell of it, I think it'd be worth it. I would still buy it just as a collector. That's what I was thinking. The way this thing is set up right now, this is really just for someone who wants to put it on a shelf. Because if you really are into playing these games, you can play them online with the emulators against each other. So really the superior product is still the emulator. That's one thing that pisses me off about the Sega Mini, is they're not outdoing the emulators. They should really have found some way to outdo the emulator. Either have like a level editor or something, some new game mode that's not in the original game. Just so they could say, hey, if you want to buy this, it's as good as the emulator and some. But the only thing this thing outdoes the emulator, it just looks nice on a shelf, right? Like if I buy this and put it on my collector shelf, it looks nice. So that's mainly the reason to buy it, right? Anyone who wants to play any of these Sega games can already do it with RetroArch. And they could even play each other online with NetPlay on RetroArch. And RetroArch even has support for Genesis controllers. So you could actually link the original hardware controller right into the emulator. Obviously, if you still own the game hardware. Alright, so if anyone's got more topics and stuff they want to talk about the Sega stuff, my roommate just got back with some more video game stuff. I'm going to check out what she got. She was yard sailing. So I'll be right back, and I'm just going to take a break to stretch. And then we'll cover up or just summarize all the different games and stuff that I hope to see on the Mini. I've got some Sega CD games here. So I'll be right back. And I'll let my Vaporizer commercial run until I get back. Alright, I'll run. I'll be right back. Only a minute. Or two. That was unreal. Holy shit. Man, sorry I'm just a little bit lightheaded. I had to carry a whole bunch of stuff in from the car. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. My roommate got some video game stuff at garage sales today. It's the biggest freaking mother load of video games I've ever seen from a sale. So we're gonna, I guess, check some of it out. Let's go to the games room. Now, if anyone else has got more questions or comments about the Dreamcast Mini, just let us know in the chat. We'll get back on topic. But for now, funniest part is, in Canada, now because of legalization, you can get bongs and pipes at garage sales. And this price on this one, guess how much? Free. So it's huge. The glass on it is bigger than me. No, this thing is heavy, so I don't think I'll actually use it. I'll probably give it away as a gift to anyone who needs a bong, but it's got a bit of dust in it. But I'm sure if you like rinsed it out. Yeah, so you can get free bongs at garage sales in Canada. Isn't that kind of funny? Here's another one. Oh, and the price on this one is also free. It's called the Dopezilla. Hey, it's got a bowl and everything. Not bad. So if anyone in Canada needs a free bong, just let me know. This one's pretty nice. This one's actually nice enough. I should bring it to my place up north so I have a bong to use up there. Well, I'll have to sterilize it really good. Yeah, color changing bong. Yeah, I've never had one of those. I used to have color changing pipes. Ooh, so this is I've asked my roommate to start helping me collect Star Wars stuff. So she picked up a pack of Star Wars playing cards. Ooh, now we're getting into the meat of the action. Some PS4 games. Watch Dogs. Special edition. Oh, I thought the game was missing, but no, it just fell out into the other side. That's the thing with the PS4 cases, they break easy, eh? The Order 1886. Yeah, it's actually in here. So yeah, usually the yard sale prices in Canada, some yard sales will be like expensive or will be the same as eBay. And then other times you'll go and it's like a super ritzy house, like a mansion, and they're just giving this stuff away. So sometimes you can get it for like 50 cents, $1, or even free in some cases. And you would not be surprised how many super wealthy people there is, to the point where, holy shit, an original copy of Vice City for PlayStation 2. This used to be one of the favorite games that I own. That's neat. Ooh, a hand-painted one from a tattoo artist. Yeah, if anyone likes tattoo artists, I know two of the best in Ontario. I actually was lucky enough I got to go to a convention with them. Ooh. No, I don't think I have this game yet. It's funny, I've got so many Xbox games behind me, but every time I get with some, they're usually ones I don't have. So this one we got today is Destiny. Wow. If I had to guess, Xbox 360 garage sale price, probably 50 cents or less. I'll have to ask my roommate, but sometimes you can even get like a big stack of Xbox 360 games for like $5. So it'll be like 10, 20, 30 games. It's crazy, right? That's Canada for you. Now, that's the one thing, if you're in Canada and you live in a big city, it's like a gold mine for game collecting. Like literally, look at what I just got. And for like almost next to nothing. Alright, so here's another game. Oh my god, man. This was one of my favorite games growing up. Pilot Wings. But it's for Nintendo 3DS. Oh my god, the cartridge and manual are in here. And to be weird, this is like my favorite Nintendo 64 game and my very first Nintendo 3DS game. Now I have like 3 or 4 different Nintendo 3D or DS consoles, but I don't have a Nintendo 3DS. I don't plan to get one, but it's still kind of neat that I can add that to the collection. Ooh, Adventure Time. And it's in here with the manual and the game. So it's Adventure Time for 3DS. No, I'm just checking out the games right now. I'm going to look at the prices on NBA. Well, they'll probably be high prices. At least you got good deals on these ones, right? Yeah. Holy, yeah, you even got 3DS games. Got Xbox games.
I didn't know I wasn't even going to get that one.
Yeah, 3DS? Super good.
I didn't know.
It's the one console I didn't have any games for yet, so. No, you got PS4 games. These are some of the games I was just doing for the recording now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm sure the viewers don't mind seeing you. Wii Conduit. That's another Wii game. Sweet. Conduit. Oh my god, that's that really fun Wii game that I haven't even tried yet. Yeah, so I got... Oh, and it's actually in here. Not the manual, but... Here, do you mind if I check it all out?
Yeah, no, I just...
Oh, that thing, yeah. Conduit. Holy, it's in like mint condition. Like never played. Hey, and this is a Sega game. So we were talking about Sega for the show today. We got Conduit for Wii. I didn't even know Sega was involved with Conduit. Alright, so next thing we got is The Getaway, PlayStation 2. Holy shit, man. This game feels heavy. Oh yeah, it's got like posters and everything in here. And the game is in mint condition. It's like it was never played. I understand why. The Getaway was not a popular game. This is when Grand Theft Auto was just coming out, so people all switched to it. Ah, God of War. I don't actually have that one yet in my collection except for part 2. So it'd be neat. I've never tried God of War, and I have a PlayStation 2, so I can play this. If anyone's wondering how my hooking up my new stereo is going, it's not going well. It needs firmware updates apparently, or it might just be busted. No, it's not completely busted, but some parts of it aren't working good. Oh my god, we're not even halfway through this stack of games. Jesus. Alright, so let's mix it up so it isn't all game stuff. What's another Nintendo product that everyone's talking about these days? Today we got, holy shit, Pokemon Lego. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of like... Yeah, my games room has gotten too many game stuff. That's what I'm thinking. As soon as my garage up north is finished, I might actually bring some of my collection, but we'll see. No, it's reaching the point where I really do need to start selling it. But here we have Pokemon Lego. I didn't even know, or Mega Construct. I didn't even know such a thing existed. So I'm hoping all the pieces are in it. It does feel very heavy. Woo. Here's some more Pokemon Legos. I don't know, has anyone heard of Pokemon Lego before? Gotta catch them all. Now, I've definitely heard of Pikachu, but none of these other ones. It's a shame. They have some sort of weird sticker stuck on it, and if you try to peel it off, it takes the entire label. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna have to reorganize the game shelf so we can fit all these new 360 games. You're in the movies. This is weird. It uses Xbox Live Vision. Never heard of that. If anyone's ever tried that game. Oh yeah, did we look at this one? Darkness. Looks like someone made a reproduction case, but it's the original disc. No instructions. Now today I'm actually, after we're done the game room stuff, we're going outside camping, and I got some friends coming over and we're going to test the camping gear. So this weekend will be my test for up north camping. And it's kind of nice to get some games to help cheer me up, because I'm surprised how much my anxiety is kicking in. I've never had such anxiety before a trip before. It's kind of funny. Well, I shouldn't make fun of anxiety, because normally I can get over it pretty easily, but I'm just kind of surprised at how intense it is. I guess it's because it's been so long since I've been on a trip, and the lockdown anxiety and all that shit combined, but still, it's a bit excessive. So if anyone else is going through anxiety after the lockdowns and first trip, and don't feel like you're the only one. I don't know, for some reason I just ripped the security tab off the inside of this game. Oh god, it's summoned the police. Oh shit, I'm bending the manual. Alright, I'll leave that for now. So this game is called The Orange Box. Half-Life Episode 2. Never really heard of it. Oh yeah, Dead or Alive 3 for Xbox? Holy shit. How did I miss that? Yeah, it's one thing in life, and game collecting especially. You start to realize you have such limited time. Like really, I don't have time to try even 1% of these games. Most of them are just going to go on my shelf to look at as things that I might try one day if I get really bored. Or sell. Project Gotham. I really just have no time though. It'd be nice. Holy shit, Project Gotham Racing. Mint condition. Instructions, disc. It looks like it's never been played. It's like someone just opened it and put it on a shelf. Holy shit, we got some Xbox One games. I have very few Xbox One games, and I don't have the Xbox One yet. I'll probably pick it up once it's a very cheap console, but right now the Xbox One actually costs more than the modern console. They said because it has more games and it's actually a better system still. So for Xbox One we got Destiny. I'm pretty sure we got Destiny on both the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. Oh, and it's in here, but no instructions. Wow. Yeah, I actually did get another game shelf, like the one beside me here, and it's almost bare, so I can really fill it in with a lot of games. So what I'll probably do is like move some of my television games, or I'll have to decide. I'm probably going to put PC games. I'll take all the computer games and put them on their own shelf, and then keep all the console games just on one shelf too. No, right now my room is literally like so cluttered with stuff. I really need more space or to get rid of some stuff. Yeah, not to make fun of it or anything, but no, my roommate was sometimes buying too much stuff and getting away with, or not getting away with, but getting carried away with going to garage sales. So I said, hey, it's like I'm not really that upset about going to garage sales all the time if you can help me collect some stuff. And it's kind of backfiring because, yeah, now she's still going to a lot of garage sales and now we're getting too many games. But it is kind of neat in a way. Like, I love collecting games. Star Wars Battlefront for Xbox 360. Sadly, oh, this is by DICE. DICE is one of my favorite game companies. I've never tried this game. This one looks like it's a good one. If anyone in the chat has tried it before. So no instructions, but there is like online manual available cards. So maybe that is only what comes with it. Oh, it's the Star Wars Battlefront Companion. Yeah, if anyone knows, do Xbox One games usually come with manuals or just these online card things? Yeah, there is no manuals in any of them, just these online cards, so that's probably what it is. Oh yeah, this Xbox One game, NHL 17. Looks like it was never played. It's like still in mint condition. Alright, the only other things is inflatables. We got some more pool toys for the kids. Now we do have the pool set up if anyone wants to drop by and use it, but the only downside is the water got really cold the last few cold days. I tried swimming yesterday. It was like swimming in the Arctic ice. So that's why I'm wondering, my trip up north is probably going to be a lot of swimming in Arctic ice as well. Or not a lot of swimming, but some. Now, I found a few different ways to go in the cold water without dying, so hopefully we can duplicate that. Holy shit. Oh, never mind. For a second I thought this was still sealed, but it's just sealed and then broken. Now we got Age of Empires 3 for PC. So this will probably be one I just resell, because I'm not really into collecting computer games. Although I'm surprised how much they keep going up in value. Computer games are skyrocketing. It's because everyone has Steam now, so they can't get the originals. Oh, we got Star Wars VHS tape collections. If anyone's wondering why buy it, you can get it for like 50 cents at a garage sale, and they sell for like 10 bucks online. So it is not really that good of a turnaround, but if you can resell it, if I can peel this sticker off without it ruining the box. There, did it. Take that dollar sticker. No, sometimes at a garage sale, I'm sure people have gone to them and have seen, you can talk people down. So if they got a price for $1, you can be like, hey, can I give you 50 cents for that? And they're like, all right. Or can you do 2 for $1? Ah, this is kind of a neat collection. So this time, instead of a Star Wars collection of books, or I gave it away, instead of a collection of games or DVDs, it's actually books. So I didn't even know there's Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Phantom Menace, Return of the Jedi, New Hope, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. So if anyone's into the Star Wars book collection, just let me know. Oh, it's got Yoda on it. That's kind of a nice collection. So yeah, so that'll probably make it onto the bookshelf. I don't know, most of this stuff I'll probably just end up regifting to my nieces and nephews. This Christmas time, they're going to be getting a lot more than usual. Now, last year they weren't impressed with a lot of the stuff that I regifted to them, so hopefully I can make it up with better gifts this year. Alright, so we're on to the last bag of stuff from the garage sales. Now, I think the only other thing we got, other than these cool sci-fi stuff, is a chainsaw. I'll have to be careful with that, but I did need a chainsaw, so it's good we got one. Alright, so another thing we got is a kid's collection for a few cents, and it's stickers. So Star Wars coloring book and stickers. I heard that sticker collecting is actually getting huge in Japan. So you never know, if you could get this to Japan somehow. Might be able to resell it for big bucks. Can the 50-cent sticker peel off? Yes, it can. Now, I'll probably give that to my nieces and nephews. They're into stickers. Hopefully they're not watching the show, or they're going to see all their Christmas gifts. What the hell? Someone says this Star Wars book is worth 50 bucks, but they put it on sale for 5. If I had to guess, it's probably $1 because it's in such rough shape, but it's a Disney Star Wars book. Ships of the Galaxy. Oh, that's kind of neat. So it shows all the different Star Wars ships. What class they are. Oh, it's even got the Millennium Falcon. Oh, and it has fold-outs. I doubt it's a $50 book, but it says what it is. Or it says that's what it is. Oh, R2-D2 Android book. This one looks like it's good for kids. I don't know. When I was a kid, getting books was so rare because they were always so expensive. I kind of feel like kids are so spoiled today with kind of books they can get for cheap, but lucky. Star Wars Rebels. I don't know. This one looks kind of modern. I like the older Star Wars stuff better. I grew up with the original Star Wars. Whoa. This is like a thick fucking hardcover Disney Awakened or Force Awakens Star Wars book. Wow. Made by Disney from 2016. Oh yeah. It's not too bad a book. It's like artist renditions of parts of the movie. And the last but not least, Star Wars, the annual 2018, The Last Jedi book. Ooh, pictures of Yoda even. I guess I shouldn't show too much Disney stuff on the stream or get into trouble. There's Yoda in there. Alright, so I think Steadfast is right. My room is getting very cluttered, so now I have extra work to finish before I go on my trip. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Alright, so I guess the only thing that we really got that was Sega orientated in this whole stack was, where was it? Conduit for Wii. So yeah, let's hope we're seeing something and a big change when it comes to Sega. Sega.
I'm going again.
Alright, have fun.
Oh,
Yeah, try not to get too much. Yeah, so hopefully in the future we'll see with the Sega Classic and the Minis, we won't have to keep playing Sega games on other hardware like Nintendo and PlayStation and Microsoft. Be nice. We could actually see Sega be back. I know a lot of people are skeptical that Sega's really back in the hardware industry. But I'm just thinking, last time the Sega Mini, it was sort of half-assed. They just ported it out to somebody else. And this time, we can see for a fact that they actually put in a lot more quality and design into this. Now, someone could correct me in the chat. Maybe Sega didn't really make these games, the minis, and it's just made by AT Games or something, but I doubt it. It looks like quality Sega. Alright, so I guess we'll go to the sponsor message and all the other stuff as we wrap up, and I'll make sure I didn't forget any other chats.
Today's Sega products were brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up.
Alright, welcome back. Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, everyone a patron, thanks a million. Society 6, finishing quick, my specialty. Saying it comes on t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Idol TV, pays you to watch videos, Shragbucks to shop, GameKit to try games, and free Bitcoin. It's that wallet system for crypto. Just be careful with crypto, you can lose your shirt, literally. Now, and make sure you follow your regional laws, including for the virtual mate sex machine. It's for adults and men only. But if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Just kidding. $10 off, 150 or more with the coupon code LYNBS. That's LYNBSN. Make sure to check out the website too, if you got time. Alright, let's go back to the show stuff. Yeah, so I know some people are super disappointed with the news about the Sega Mini Classic, or the Part 2, with all the different add-ons, because they wanted the Dreamcast too. But just to summarize, I don't think it's a bad thing, because if this is anything, that's evidence that what's coming could be the Dreamcast stack, and we'll get the unfinished products that we always should have gotten. The hard drive, connection to an online Sega store. Let's hope. Alright, so Light TR, let's just give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Light TR, Steadfast, E King, Rusty Valor. Yeah, thanks a million, everyone. Oh, E King says, yeah, don't worry. The Xbox One almost never has a manual. It just comes with those online card things. E King says he's going to come by and do a belly flop in the pool. The thing with my pool is I kind of cheaped out. Well, it wasn't really that cheap. We got the 3-foot deep pool. So if you try to do a belly flop, you'll hit the bottom. But yeah, you can still swim on the surface if you swim lightly. And the water tends to warm up faster, although it is as cold as ice right now. Hopefully it'll warm up quick. Yeah, luckily I have 2 game shelves. My neighbor was throwing one out, so I got another one. And I'm looking into fixing my house and garage up north, so I might actually be able to do a whole game house. No, I'm just kidding. I can only dream. No, my house up north is in horrible condition. It's probably going to be tens and thousands in repairs, borderline 100,000. So if anyone wants to help out with super chats or donations or the Patreon and all that, really appreciate it. Can't say I'll use it for my house, but it'd be ideal if I could one day. Now we're going to talk to Mennonites in a few days, actually about a week. And we're going to see if the Mennonites can help fix up my house, and maybe we'll open a giant Sega game room. Sega and television, PlayStation. It'll basically be this game's room more spread out so that it's not so cluttered. Because, yeah, it almost feels like I'm drowning in a video game store. Alright, so see everyone. And, yeah, thanks again, Sega. Hopefully Sega doesn't get too upset about me helping promote or talk about their stuff. So, really appreciate Sega at least being back in the console industry, making at least the minis. Hopefully we'll see a Dreamcast mini, but damn, this is a good start. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now. And we'll try to do another stream today, but probably won't have time because I'm going to be outside with my friends testing out the camping gear to make sure everything works for the trip. So that'll be nice. Hopefully won't have to order anything last minute. All right, so see you. Bye for now, everyone. Later. Yeah, if you happen to get any Dreamcast VMU files in your vaporizer, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you give the show a like and a share. Really appreciate it. Just make sure never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone.
See you later. Take care. Have a good weekend. Man, so much Sega stuff to clean up. Oh, sorry. YouTube said they didn't like this image. I gotta change that. A little bit too cheeky for them. Who knows? The next image is probably going to be even worse. Alright, bye for now, everyone. Later.